Hello, Lydia.
Hello, Wilson.
It's Friday, December 5th, and it looks like Lydia is bedding cows for Mom. Is that right, Lydia?
That is right.
It is right. So to try to make a milking evening chores video tonight, but since I am milking, I'm gonna see if Lydia can do some filming, although apparently she has to go pick up her husband when he gets home from work.
That sounds bad.
Because I guess he doesn't know how to drive, but...
No, that sounds really bad. My husband's at work, I'm here at the farm. We have pizza tonight. So in order that we get to drive home in the same vehicle tonight, when he gets home, I'm driving 10 minutes back to my house, and then driving 10 minutes back here. I will be riding with him, he will be driving. Don't make my husband sound bad.
That makes a little bit more sense. Right, so... Gonna see if we can make a bit of a video tonight, and hopefully that works.
It's like, alright, we probably should like do this, but like in the same like way. It doesn't matter like who stuff like that.
Is that thing on, Lydia?
Yep.
Tonight's cuisine is beautiful young first crop alfalfa and grass.
Very nice.
It's probably our best hay of the season. There's made young first crop, in my opinion, is always the best crop of the season. Because even though you can make some fourth and fifth crop that looks primo, nice and green and leafy, the first crop, if you have a nice year, starts growing maybe even at the end of March. And it grows all the way through April and at least 2 weeks in May. So it has a lot of time, different weather, cool and warm some days, to soak up all of the nutrients out of the soil that were sequestered there during the cold winter. And so the forage that you get from that first crop is, you know, it doesn't look like the most tender stuff of the year, but it's really full of good food. And then the subsequent crops, since they grow so fast, I mean, you cut first crop and you get nice summer weather. Second crop will get ahead of you. You can get 3 weeks out from cutting first crop and second crop's ready to go already. And then if you have moisture, third crop's going to be the same, but usually as you get into the summer and it gets hotter, the moisture slows down in July, and your third crop, you know, can be a little bit less as far as quantity, but the quality is less because it grows so fast. In my opinion, I'm no scientist, just a farmer, so take it for what it's worth. We're not the smartest people. I'm not the smartest person on the planet. But my theory is, since each subsequent crop, at least second and third, grows so quickly, it doesn't have time to uptake all of the nutrients that the first crop has. So you can see how the cows are enjoying this. I mean, they just ate 10 minutes ago. You'd think they'd be hungry, which actually they're not. Had kind of a busy afternoon today, and the people who are in charge of feeding didn't quite get it done. Now you may never hear this because Wilson's in charge of editing too, and he's going to edit that out because it may reflect poorly on him. Of course, it could have been my responsibility to feed them too, so if you see this in the final video, it means Wilson thought that it was my job to feed the hay. So let's see what comes of it.
Yeah, now I'm curious to see if that'll end up in his final cut or not.
folks could smell this village.
Need smell-o-vision.
Oh, makes me want to put it on my pizza tonight. Tell you the truth.
It doesn't make me want to put it on my pizza tonight, but it does smell like good cow food. Hello, sagebrush. Boomer! Did you go play in Wilson's Lime? You too, Lucy? The ghost dogs. For anyone out there looking for an unforgettable Christmas present, Bubbles is currently for sale on the Madison and Janesville Craigslist pages. Go check it out if you're local.
I'm sure there's
Hey Wilson, can you explain what you're doing?
I am cleaning dirt off their teats before milking, but also it's sanitizing their teats with this Effercept. How would you explain Effercept?
Effercept is, well, bacteria killing. It comes in
Right.
tablet form, mix it with water.
Warm
He
water
uses it as a pre-dip.
dissolves.
Yep. So he pre-dips, he then strips the cows to start getting let down. He dips them again, and then he finally wipes them. They get milked, and then they're dipped with a post-dip, which not only helps seals off their teats before the teats naturally seal themselves after milking, but it also helps condition them to keep them in good form, just kind of like you would use lotion on your hands when they get dry.
Yep.
So, yeah. Proceed.
So update from last week's video. This is one of our fresh heifers who calved Wednesday night. Her name is Bessie, and she's an awesome animal. Now that she milked a ton, she's got the capability to, and she's milking pretty well already for a heifer. She's got a very nice personality, and she loves to be milked, so that's what means the most to me at this point in time. Unfortunately, she calved Wednesday night during milking. Her calf was upside down. Wilson, well, I went to pull it because she had been laboring for, I'd say 45 minutes.
Since her water broke, it was probably...
To the beginning of milking, I was gonna...
Since her water had broken, it was probably over an hour.
Okay.
Hour 15 maybe. It'd been a while.
Which, you know, is not that unusual. And when I see that with the heifer, because we were in here working all the while, when I see that with the heifer, I'm very content to let her work on the calving so her cervix will stretch as it should so she can have an easy birth. But, so she had been laboring with no more progress. So I figured, well, I better go in there and find out what's going on. That's when I found out the calf was upside down and halfway backwards. But anyway, to get this calf turned around in a heifer who's smaller inside than a cow, which makes it more difficult. Anyway, by the time we got her turned around and yanked out, the afterbirth actually came first. The calf was dead. And it was a nice heifer calf, full term. I'm assuming when this cow said I'm going to start labor, the calf was alive. but it just had been struggling too long. With the afterbirth gone, the umbilical cord no longer connected. But we did get the calf out. No damage to mom, which is good. You know, we hate to lose the heifer calf. But it's very rare. I mean, I can't remember the last time we had an upside down or backwards calf. I mean, at the most, it was, 5 years ago. It was probably longer ago than that.
I mean, we've had backwards, but even then, that's not that big of a deal.
If it's in a cow,
yeah.
it's no problem. You have plenty of room to spin it around. This was a heifer. I can remember when we were married, Mom said she remembers me having a very difficult delivery on a cow, which was a backwards or upside down. It happens very rarely, so we're blessed in that way. Sad to lose a calf, but Mom's doing great. In my opinion, Mom's a great cow. So Lydia must have done something right in breeding this one.
I'll take it.
No, actually, she must be doing something right because all of the heifers we've calved in the last weeks, very nice animals.
Well,
I'm
two of them were bred and owned from me. The other ones weren't, but Sweet
Damn.
Caroline was and Bessie
We're
was.
still
So,
blessed.
yep.
Yeah.
Amen. Wilson, of course, is not the only one milking cows. My mom is also doing her side of the barn, but she's just deep in conversation with Hank, who's here for pizza. Did you get locked in? Could say please.
But we also just recently won the Fink job. So we're not going to. They didn't pay for tile that we're not paying on a like this went in your building so you owe us for this basis. It's like we're charging you this and we're going to do the job. So.
So Lydia sold 2 bull calves today. And then apparently she and Wilson rearranged my calf nursery. Lady Jean's in a different pen tonight. Was Lady Jean here last week when
I believe so.
Wilson filmed? Who's her mom?
Diana.
Oh yeah. Diana's doing well. Lady Jean is a very energetic little bossy. She loves to dance in her pen all day long.
Yep. Little Spitfire.
Diana's very well behaved heifer. She's still getting used to the idea of being prepped and milked, but you be gentle with her and treat her nicely like you do with all cows. She warms up to it and gets used to it, and I think she'll be a good milking cow.
She was a fair heifer.
Was she a fair heifer?
She was a fair heifer.
Well, she's a nice cow. I like that.
Yep.
Here's another story of odd happenings this week. Several days ago, I was in the milk house early in the morning getting ready to do the sanitizing and putting all the milkers together so we could come out and milk. Laura was in the barn feeding as she is every day, and she comes into the milk house and says, "I have a first for you." And you know, when you hear something like that, I don't know, now it broke. So I come in the barn, and our springing heifer Bella, who is due in next week, I believe.
Yeah.
She's a big girl, one of our favorites, is sitting here with an eye injury. Not only does she have an injury, she was telling us exactly how it happened, because I guess I don't have the part here. But in a tie stall, you have these chains that are connected to both sides, and then they come together to a snap. Well, anyhow, I'm not sure how in the world this cow did it, but she had this part poked through her eyelid, and she was standing here with this thing, actually the other one which I've now cut off, poked through her eyelid, chewing her cud like nothing had happened, but she was saying, "I think I'm stuck." So I actually had to go to the shop and grab a couple of tools to spread this out and then peel it out of her eyelid. So for any of you who are not familiar with animals, but you should be familiar with yourself, the eye is an extremely resilient organ, and it heals quickly. Her eye is fine.
Her eye is just fine. It's just the
Her
eyelid.
eyelid is still swollen. It has a hole, not a rip, which I'm sure is going to heal shut. And the swelling will go down and she'll be fine. But that doesn't look too comfortable. So if, you know, I could turn this into a public service announcement and tell you kids out there who want to pierce everything, you know, it's not as fun as you think, and it looks pretty awful until it heals up. You might not want to do that. But I can't make that public service announcement because the YouTube information that I get about my channel says that most of the people who watch are old guys like me. So if I'm going to turn this incident into anything helpful, I'll have to say, if any of you old guys out there watching this are thinking of piercing your body somewhere,
Don't do it!
you might want to reconsider it. It's not, you know, as cool as you think it might be. Okay, on with the rest of the program.
Well, milking is winding down in the barn, and that means that the cows that just got their small feeding of hay right before milking are ready for their last feeding of the day and the biggest feeding of the day. They need enough feed to... Buford. What's the problem? They don't need enough feed so they can eat all night, but they need enough feed to fill their bellies So when the lights go out on the timer, or the timer shuts the lights off rather, at about 9 o'clock, they can go to sleep with full bellies. Right, Annie? Right, Annie? I think Buford's bothering her. Oh yeah, that's what I'm gonna get started on now. Hi, Gus. We still have a few barn cats around. This is one of them. This is the nicest one. Gus. He's cute. He's cute. Yep. He's cute and very friendly. He likes to cuddle. Right, Gus? Yeah. We got them. I'll be back. All right. Cows are fed for the night, bedded for the night. So they're all tucked in. All I have to do now is close up the barn, shut some lights off, set the timer, and I can go in, eat some pizza, and I guess sit down at my desk and get this video uploading. Hey Bradley, can you say thanks for watching? There you go. Thanks for watching.